Hello and welcome to another edition of the Weekly Grizzlies Coaches Show. Each week we sit down with Grizzlies coaches and players, kind of talk about the behind the scenes throughout the week and going into game weekends. This week we're sitting down with head coach Coach Veen and assistant coach Veen and Ratzloff. How's the week going so far and how's practice been going?
Going great. Another week of opportunity.
Yeah, it's good. We just got to make sure we're always grinding, never satisfied, and making the most of what we can every day.
For sure. Big weekend this past weekend. Finally put two games together. Able to get a sweep for the first time since September. What kind of went into that weekend? What did you guys preach in the locker room last week to make sure the boys executed both nights?
I think it was a huge weekend for us. Going back to October was the first time that we swept. And I think just the message to our guys was let's go 1-0 each day. Each practice, go 1-0 starting on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, just win that day. And then carry that into Friday. Just have that 1-0 mentality, 1-0 mindset, because we've seemed to be looking at maybe a weekend as two games, and we just go 1-1, or we play one really good game, one really bad game, or one okay game, and little mistakes. And it was just a great opportunity for us to kind of battle, come from behind on Friday night. Obviously, a sloppy start in the first period, going down 3-0. Nothing we could do there, but just being able to battle back and then coming out on Saturday night with a 5-0 W. Just kind of a good, dominant performance for our guys was huge to kind of get us in the right direction going into this week.
Sure. Yeah, it was really good to see the boys' hunger kind of pay off. And, like Tyler said, we want to preach consistency. And, we've been struggling in that department lately. But it was good to see all the guys buy into every little detail and do what it takes to get the sweep in the end. So,
yeah. Cool. So you talked about their hunger paying off. Really, we had three guys with 4 points this weekend: Ben Parent, Aiden Emmerich, and Tyler Stuke. And then you had three guys with 3: Joyce, Tommy, and Decker. And then you had two goalies that stepped up. Dirk stepping in relief of Birdie on Friday night, and then Birdie coming back that next night and getting that 26-save shutout. What do you think went into these performances, and what did you guys see throughout the week at practice that attributed to their performances this weekend?
I think just the mental preparation. Like a lot of those guys that you named are older veterans that have played in the league. With Benny, Stukey, Joycer, Tommy, those are all 04s, right? So they've been there, done that. They have the experience, and we expect them to show up like that every single night. It was good for them to get the results in a weekend like this to kind of get their confidence going to hopefully carry over. And then Doc and Decker, they've been doing it all year, right? Kind of younger guys, but still have some experience. They've kind of carried that over. Those are guys we're looking at to step up every weekend. Like our guys that we expect to step up, they stepped up, and we actually got goals from all sorts of lines and people this weekend, which was huge. But those guys, they lead the charge, and it was awesome. And got to give a credit to our goaltending. Obviously, Birdie didn't have the best night on Friday night. Tough bounce for him. Dirk came in and played his role and got us the win and made the saves that he needed to on Friday night. And then going back with Birdie on Saturday night, I think it was huge for his confidence to get the shutout. Obviously, he's kind of struggled in his first two games, but just big for him to come from that sort of showing on Friday night to get the shutout. And I think it was huge for our group and our boys to play that well in front of him to give him some confidence too.
Yeah, another factor I think plays a big role is our skills skates lately have been really good. A lot more attendance, and it's just good to see the guys kind of working on different shot releases, different ways to attack, different angles. And shout out to Joey Bertram. He's been out at every skills skate. He's bettering himself. He's bettering his teammates. And so, it's just good to see some buy-in and see it pay off.
Yeah. So you have the Mustangs coming to town this weekend. Last two games of a 4-game homestand. What's going to be the key to getting those 2 wins, 4 points, and finishing the homestand off 4-0 before we go to West Bend next weekend?
I think the biggest thing is to not overlook our opponent, right? We're 2-2 against Peoria this weekend. It doesn't matter that they're where they're at in our division right now. Luke Gruden, he's doing a great job with those guys since they made the coaching change. Got a lot of respect for Orty, who runs it, and he's doing a good job coaching it. They just beat the Woodsmen. They're in close games every single game now. They were just in close games this past weekend with West Bend. You got to show up, and I think it's just continuing that 1-0 mentality and 1-0 mindset. And we should be all right, but you got to show up and execute. You got to be ready to rock and roll, and hopefully we can continue to learn lessons while winning versus losing like we have. But I'm confident in our group. It's been a good week of practice so far. Hopefully we can keep the energy and momentum going into this weekend.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is a good test for us this weekend, coming off a hot weekend. are we satisfied or are we going to waver? So I have no doubt in our guys that they'll be ready to go. But, again, it's a good test. We can't overlook them. And that's what's so great about the Central Division is night in, night out. You got to buy in. You got to compete hard. And,
You're going to have great games every night.
Yeah.
No matter what,
I think the biggest thing is, can you do it again?
Yep.
You know what I mean? I always ask them, can you do it again? You did it once. Can you do it again now?
Yep.
You won on Friday night. Can you do it again Saturday night? That's the best thing. Back to Bub saying the consistency side of things it's huge. You need consistency this time of year. You're getting close to the playoffs, and the team that's most consistent and makes fewer mistakes is going to win. It's going to be no different than this weekend.
Cool. Well, we're going to find out this weekend. Thank you guys for joining me today, first of all. And on the second half of today's Coach Show, we're going to be joined by veteran defenseman Ben Parent.
Your body is designed to function at its best, but daily stress, poor posture, and even minor injuries can disrupt your health. At Thrive Wellness, we focus on restoring balance and alignment so you can live pain-free and perform at your peak. Chiropractic care is a natural, effective approach to improving mobility, reducing discomfort, and enhancing overall wellness. Don't wait for pain to hold you back. Call 507-258-4100 or visit thrivewellness.com today to schedule your consultation. Experience the benefits of a properly aligned body because optimal health starts with a healthy spine.
All right, on the second half of today's Coach's Show, we are joined by NA3HL veteran and defenseman for the Grizzlies, Ben Parent. How are we doing today, Ben?
Good. How about you?
I'm doing good. Let's just start out, just kind of let the fans get to know you a little bit. Tell us where you're from, how you grew up and got into hockey, and your journey to the Grizzlies.
Yeah, so I'm from Hudson, Wisconsin, about an hour and a half north of here. I grew up playing hockey my whole life. I think I started at age 5. Just played through Hudson my whole life. I played high school in Hudson, and then I moved on playing junior hockey from there.
All right, so you mentioned that you played junior hockey. Can you tell us a little bit about that? I've heard that you've kind of been around the country a little bit in your 2 years playing juniors so far. Tell us a little about that, where you've been, and kind of how that's allowed you to grow your game up to this point.
Yeah, so my first year I started playing for the Tradesmen, who used to be in this same division. So that was near Madison, Wisconsin. That was my first year. And then my second year I started off in Chippewa Falls. And then that didn't work out. I went up to Canada for a little bit. Then I made my way all the way over to the East Coast, near Boston, which was cool. It was my first time I've ever really been out there before. But through that whole process, I met a lot of different coaches, seen a lot of different styles of hockey, tried to pick up on a few things. So yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, well, it's definitely working. You're the Grizzlies' leading defensive scorer on the back end with 26 points this year. You have 13 points in your last 12 games, including 8 power play points, which you're tied with Noah Gillette on the team for leading the power play this year. What's helped you get to this point and, able to consistently produce, whether it's full strength or on the power play?
Yeah, I think being one of the oldest guys on the team, it helps me with experience, knowing the patterns of junior hockey. I can expect things, but recently we changed our power play. We found a couple things that are clicking a little bit better. Some more chemistry with Noah Gillette. We kind of loaded up a power play, which has just been successful for us. Yeah. So.
Cool. All right. So what are you looking forward to the rest of the season?
Playoff time is my favorite, and I know coming to Rochester my first year, we played against Rochester in this building for playoffs, which was great. They packed it. It was electric. It was really fun.
Did you play with Stookie in Oregon?
I did not.
You didn't? You were there after him?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So yeah, that's kind of it for the little serious questions that we have. I'm sure you've watched the show, and we'll kind of move into some rapid fire questions for you. Throw these out there, let the fans get to know you a little bit, okay?
All
right, so pregame ritual. What's a game day look like for you up until game time?
I always have a banana and peanut butter in the morning. That's my thing. I like to start off with a little something healthy. I don't eat a whole lot throughout the day.
Yeah.
I like to play Fortnite with Gavin Black, Sam Johnson, so that's pretty fun. I don't like to be super serious all day. Kind of wait for getting to the rink for that.
Yeah.
But yeah. Not too much.
Cool. So when you're not at the rink, what are you doing? Like, what are your hobbies? Do you have a job in Rochester?
Yeah, I ref a whole lot. I do youth, and I also ref high school, JV and varsity. I DoorDash here and there just to stay busy, and then me and the boys will play poker quite a bit. So that's pretty
cool.
fun.
What's your favorite hockey memory?
We won a couple state tournaments for our high school varsity in Hudson, and that was pretty cool. We got to play at the old Badgers Arena, that was pretty cool. So,
Sweet.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite non-hockey athlete?
I'd say Aaron Judge. I used to be a baseball guy. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool. What's your favorite? I'm guessing I know the answer to this. What's your favorite video game?
Fortnite.
Okay.
Yep.
So going back to the favorite player, who's your favorite hockey player then?
I go between Quinn Hughes and Adam Fox on the Rangers. I'd say Quinn Hughes, though. Gotcha. Both defensemen.
Cool. So we have a couple locker room questions for you. Who's the funniest in the locker room?
GB cracks me up quite a bit.
Okay. Best hair in the locker room?
Alex Doshin.
Oh.
He's got the ginger locks. Yeah.
Yeah. What's your nickname in the locker room? What do the boys call you?
They call me Gramps just because I'm the oldest or one of the oldest guys on the team. So yeah, that stuck pretty well.
Cool. So final question? What's your best memory of the season so far?
This season so far, I think it was our OT win against the Toma or the Wisconsin Woodsmen when we were wearing our Ronald McDonald jerseys. There's a lot of people there. Yeah. It was a big comeback, and then our captain wins it in overtime. That was kind of
pretty electric.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, cool. All right, well, thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day.
No problem.
Cool. All right, well, Grizzlies fans, this weekend the Grizzlies will take on the Peoria Mustangs Friday and Saturday at 7:05 here at the Rec Center. Get here early, avoid the cold, stay out of the cold, buy your tickets online at tickets.rochestergrizz.com, and come watch the boys take on the Mustangs and hopefully get another 4 points this weekend. Thank you and have a great weekend.